Good morning. Happy Sunday to everybody. It is a beautiful day, as you can see through my windows here in Rhode Island. So hopefully wherever you are, it is a wonderful day and you'll be able to enjoy some of it. So I just wanted to hop on here really quick and talk to you guys about some activities and exercises for patients with dementia, Alzheimer's, anyone who just is kind of needs to have mind stimulation, people with depression, different diagnoses and different problems. So the other thing too to keep in mind is that by no means am I a medical professional or do I pretend to be one. I am just giving you advice from things that we've been through, from things that are mentioned to us, and hopefully these things will help you. So one thing that her primary care, the geriatric primary care, did say to us was to keep her routine normal. Keep it don't wander too much from what she's used to, because when they tend to wander, it tends to set them into a little bit of a spiral and they get very confused, because again, short-term memory is not good, but long-term memory is good. So long-term, they'll remember their routine of a day, but again, the short-term memory doesn't always work. So what you might do today, they might not remember tomorrow. Almost guaranteed that they won't. So anyways, with that said, let's just talk about some activities that are really good, or I have found that they are really good for her. Playing music. She loves music. My mom grew up in the 50s and the 60s, and she loves her music, okay? She loves word searches, crossword puzzles. Also, she likes to play cards, and she likes checkers, and she likes Connect Four, and she likes those things. And I want to touch base on some of those things. Yes, they have phones, and she does have a phone, and there is games on that phone. Unfortunately, she has put a lot of viruses on the phone too, because she doesn't really remember how to operate it too much anymore. But when it comes to games or cards, or giving her a book, a word search or a crossword book, it's sensory for them. They like the feeling of it, like the touch of it. Remember, it's an older generation, most people that have the dementia. So they grew up with physically touching things, physically playing games, not just on a device. They, went outside to play. So that's why also too, taking them from walks or getting them outside is important, because again, we want to trigger those long-term memories that they had that made them happy. So the other thing too is oh my god, I'm so sorry, paint by numbers and coloring books. Okay, something that my mom just really enjoys. She likes to see the picture come together and loves the colors. So some ideas for you as far as that, like I said, word search books, crossword puzzles, color by numbers, coloring books, cards, checkers, Connect Fours, Jenga. She likes Jenga. It's a newer one, but she really enjoys Jenga too. It makes her laugh. So those are things that you can do with them, or just by themselves, and you check in on them, making sure it's looking good. Hey, that picture looks great. It brings back memories, and it brings back hopefully good memories for them. The other thing is to keep active. And I know it's easier said than done. Even for us as regular people, it's easier said than done. But you really need to focus on that for them, because as the dementia progresses, they do forget to do a lot of things, which is even walk, eat. So if you can kind of get them while they're still in the beginning stages to, get out and take a walk, get out and just stand and watch maybe the birds or the neighbors, or get them in the car, and summer's here, go get a lemonade or an ice cream, or take them down to the beach or a lake if they like water, or a walking path, or just sometimes just being in the car and just driving around. Some people like that. So try to take that time to do that before them, because it's really important. Again, you want to keep their mind stimulated and active, but again, try to stay somewhat on a routine so you're not overwhelming them either. So you got to find that balance of, okay, today we're going to just sit home and we're going to do some, crosswords puzzles, and some, maybe we'll play a game of chess or a game of checkers. Again, those are the things. And then maybe the next day you can go out. It's just from already going through these things, already knowing what happens when they sit for too long. If we let my mother, I want to let you know this, and my health aides were here with me, they would tell you 100%. If you let her, she'll sit in front of that television all day long and watch her old time shows, Hawaii Five-O, Magnum PI, all of these shows that were on years ago, and they are now on these Ion channels and stuff. She'll just watch them all day long, but it doesn't do anything. Yes, it brings back some memories of being younger, but no activity. Her body gets stagnant. A body in motion stays in motion. I'm always telling her that because my grandmother used to tell that to her all the time. And she was always an active woman, my mom. But over the years, and like I said, with the dementia, with the bad knees, she doesn't really want to move anymore. She just wants to sit there. And she's like, well, I've earned this right to just sit. Yeah, you have, but it's also going to decrease the ability for you to walk, for you to move, and also for your life. So we do have to try to make her understand why she's got to do this. Again, short-term memory. I can explain today why she should do this, and I have to explain it again tomorrow. So, but if you give them activities that relate to long-term memories or things that they really love to do, maybe it was playing bridge with the neighbors or getting together with other couples and playing cards. These are things that, and I say bridge just because I know that was a really popular card game that everybody would do. So, but there's other kind of games. Maybe they like Tylo Jack. I don't know. So anyways, but they're just activities to keep in mind to have them do. It stimulates them, sensory feeling of the books, and they're touching and they're moving. And also too, as simple as it may sound and as crazy as it may sound, putting a pencil in their hand and making them move, it's all a process of keeping things moving, their mind, their body, and hopefully just slowing down the disease. You'll never stop the disease. Don't we all wish we could? But you can't. But you can try to slow it down as best you can. And yes, there's other ways, medications and stuff like that, that will help, but nothing cures. There's no cure for it. So just remember, as much as you can do to slow the process down for them, you want to do, and also for yourself too, because as you see them digressing, it's tough. It really is. It is. I'm not going to lie to you, and I will never lie. It's tough. There's days that are great, like I told you before, and there's days that are not so great. So, if you can have some great days, or just really good days, or days that you see a smile on their face and they start to tell you a story from, oh, we would go out and we would get ice cream and it was 10 cents, and let them tell you, because it makes them happy. It makes them remember the long-term memories that they had, and it keeps their mind going. So just all those important things that seem simple to us, or maybe we are in a very fast-paced world these days, and it just seems like, oh, okay, yeah, no, yeah. Don't yeah, because I'm going to tell you something. They might not be here in a few years to tell you those stories, and then you're going to miss them, and you're going to regret that you didn't. So just, again, personal opinion. Not medical professional, not anything, just personal opinion of a daughter who loves her parents very much and knows what's happening and can see what's happening, and is trying to help other people to take the slower route, to slow down and enjoy them while you have them here, and things that will make them feel a little better besides just sitting in a chair, because eventually that's what it's going to come to, or a bed. So, all right, thanks. I've jabbered enough for you for today. So hopefully they've given you some helpful hints. If you can think of other activities that you may do with your patient or parent or family member that you take care of, drop a line, say something. Love to hear it. There's always different ideas. The other thing that my mom used to like to do is make jewelry. I just thought of that, sorry. So those friendship bracelets that they do now, or maybe I'm dating myself, activities like that. I noticed that also on the internet, crocheting's coming back. So the Wobbles have little crochet kits. Maybe you can do it with them. It's just a fun activity. They might not be able to do it completely on their own, but you could help them, and it's interaction. So again, that's all. You have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.